James Gunn's plans for the DC Universe are already in trouble. Y'all already know how Gunn's taking the DCU in a new direction with Peter Safran. Let's look at how James Gunn already has a major Batman problem. Starting with how Batman's future in the DCU is pretty stagnant. Gunn and Safran have also made a plan for the next 10 years of DCU movies, and they'll connect other forms of media, such as animation and video games. Gunn has said that Henry Cavill won't be back as Superman in his planned Superman movie. This indicates that Gunn's plans for the DC Universe will involve a new start for the franchise. Gunn also said that Batman would be a big part of his plans for the DCU.
Let him see the whole movie and then we'll see how he feels. But yeah, I feel really good about the movie. I like the story and the story of our lives. And we had kids out there who saw the first movie when they were, calling movies this or that or good or bad. But what I want is for people to just experience this movie.
But the modern Batman means that this might not be as simple as it seems. There are already quite a few problems with the character's future already. The age of Batman opens up a big problem. Gunn said that Cavill wouldn't be coming back as Clark Kent in his Superman movie because the story's about a younger version of the last son of Krypton. This choice of how the story is told directly affects Batman because it makes people wonder what age range the DCU's Batman will be.
I'm vengeance.
If Gunn's Superman was the same age as Batman, he might be compared to Robert Pattinson's younger version of the Dark Knight in the Matt Reeves Batman movies. Also, if Gunn decides to give Batman an older look to make him different from Superman, it could look too much like Ben Affleck's 20-year-old Batman in Zack Snyder's DCU movies. Gunn and Reeves have also shot down rumors that Pattinson's Batman will be added to the shared DCU. Because of his age, the situation with Batman is unusually complicated. Gunn's Batman will have to be just the right age and level of experience to feel different from Pattinson's or Affleck's. But even if he is, that isn't the end of the story. Even figuring out how old Batman is doesn't solve the problem completely. Gunn and Safran's plans for Batman will come after a flood of recent Batman movies on the big screen. After Pattinson's first appearance in The Batman, Affleck and Keaton's Caped Crusaders will appear in The Flash, DC's multiverse event movie.
A fight move, but when I electrocute the guy,
that's very cool.
It was very fun because when you're doing that, but yeah, it kind of. I noticed when I went back to do ADR for it, my voice had. And we're both pretending
that it's happening.
It's like, is this gonna work? And it really looks.
Also, Ben Affleck's Batman is in Aquaman and the Lost Kingdom. So when Gunn and Safran bring in a new Batman for the big screen, Pattinson, Affleck, and Keaton's versions will still be very popular. Behind the scenes of the DCU, things are very complicated, but Batman's still in a very strange place. The DCU's future plans should be able to solve this problem in a way that makes each Batman unique, even though the multiverse lets different characters be shown differently. Adding another modern Batman for the big screen is a lot to keep track of. The changes to this character are part of a larger wave of changes to other DC characters. That means the Justice League might change too. James Gunn and Peter Safran are starting a new era for movies based on DC Comics.
Well, this movie gave us an opportunity to really show people what it would be like. And, the movie's about wish fulfillment, and for us, it was a no-brainer. As I said earlier, that, this is pitched, it was pitched originally as big with superpowers and a teen reading comic books, and you love the whole world of comic books and superheroes.
This means that the famous Justice League will have to get a new team. The superhero team finally got what they deserved in the director's cut of the movie, which came out in 2021.
Henry in this movie has a habit of being dead, so you're not going to see him in this.
I'm the dead uncle.
That's right.
And yes, in the beginning of the movie, you get to see bearded Batman, which we hadn't done on screen before, and
so
the costume people in this movie earn their money for it.
And there you go, we've met the cast of the Justice League, and the party, well, it's well and truly over.
In the new DCU, the lineup of DC heavy hitters in the movie won't be the same, for better or worse. Either some of them will be replaced by other superheroes, or the actors will be changed. So far, only one Justice League hero has been confirmed to be recast. The fates of the others are less clear, at least until Gunn and Safran make an official announcement about the future of the DCU. For now, the DCU is in a state of uncertainty. Some parts of the original DCEU seem to continue into the Gunn-Safran era, while others seem to be starting over. The first Justice League team in the DCEU was similar to the one in the New 52 comics. There were hints of new members in future installments. Since Gunn and Safran have given strong hints that they'll give the DCU a fresh new look, not all characters will make the cut. Superman will likely be recast, and the story will continue. He's one of DC's most well-known superheroes and a cultural icon. He'd be an important part of any Justice League. In a case of bad timing, Henry Cavill was going to play Superman again for a long time, right before Gunn and Safran took over as the new directors of DC's movies. Even though Cavill's version of Superman was very true to the comics and had many fans, Gunn and Safran are going to start over with The Man of Steel. Gunn took to social media to announce that a new Superman movie was in the works. Most likely, the person who replaces Cavill will be the most important member of the new Justice League. There's another core member of the Justice League whose future is a little unsure. Wonder Woman's story might not be continuing in future DC movies. Since Gal Gadot's version of Wonder Woman is one of the most popular parts of the DCU, it seemed likely that she'd keep playing Diana Prince in Gunn and Safran's DCU. Since Wonder Woman 3 isn't happening and Henry Cavill is leaving, Wonder Woman will likely be recast. But Gunn's comments suggest that Gal Gadot might stay in the role even if continuity changes. Gadot's performance made comic fans and regular people love her, so keeping her in the role might seem strange, but it's the best thing for the new DCU. There are wider concerns as well that are coming up with all these major changes, like concerns about the continuity of universes and James Gunn's new DC movies. Now, with Gunn's new DCU and a number of other Elseworld movies, it needs to be easier for casual fans to tell the difference between the different versions of characters. For example, the Joker movie by Todd Phillips will have a sequel next year with Harley Quinn, played by Lady Gaga. The Joker and Harley Quinn will also be in the Batman movie by Matt Reeves. The same is true for Batman, who now has 3 different Bruce Waynes. As James Gunn continues to build the DCU, he may run into the same problems Snyder did when fans didn't like changes to the Snyderverse timeline. There will now be different versions of the same characters in the DCU, which may need to be explained to moviegoers in general. This differs from the Marvel Cinematic Universe, where heroes and bad guys have the same goal. On the surface, the idea of Elseworlds might seem like a simple way to fix how the DC characters and universe are spread out in different places, but for most people who go to movies, it just adds to the confusion. With 3 Clark Kents and 3 Bruce Waynes, it'll be hard to explain to most people which Superman and Batman are part of the DCU. Fans would like a different version of a character like Matt Reeves' Batman more than Gunn's. This could cause a split like what happened when Walter Hamada was in charge. Gunn's new job at DCU brings new problems and obstacles. There's a lot of pressure on his Gods and Monsters and Elseworlds series for the future. The head must now deal with these problems and find a way to create a clear and consistent vision for the DCU. Only if he wants to be remembered as a visionary and not just as a footnote in the history of the DCU. The future of the DCU depends on him, but it's still unclear if he'll be able to step up to the challenge or give in to the ghosts of his past failed attempts. That's all for how James Gunn already has a major Batman problem. See you in the next one.